I asked a guy to open a car door for me, and he said that I expect too much chivalry from him. You think I'm kidding? No, he literally said that. Hi everyone, so today's video, I'm talking about my mistake when I texted my Bumble dates why we didn't work out. And somehow this all video turned into talking why I actually didn't work out with people I dated. So first of all, thank you so much for watching and being here. I'm Yanina, if we haven't met. Also, please subscribe if you haven't yet. And let's get into my dating life. I made a mistake. Well, I'm an entertainer, an influencer, a comedian, and I like to make my stories, my posts, like more interesting, more funny. So I made a mistake by purpose. I asked my Bumble dates who I saved numbers because from like some period of time I stopped saying numbers, guys' numbers, and who were not that awkward to ask why we didn't work out. So I literally sent a text to guys why we didn't work out. It was a mistake, and I don't recommend to do it to anyone because first of all, I do understand that I was supposed to text someone who I actually dated, but the thing is I didn't date much people, especially in America. So I texted guys from Bumble. And the thing is that some of them I dated like 3 years ago. Well, dated. Dated is too strong word. I went on a date with them like 3 years ago. Can you imagine a girl texting you 3 years later? Hey, by the way, why didn't we work out? So the thing is that I didn't text my real ex-boyfriends. Yeah, that's how I can call them. Yeah, my ex-boyfriends because I do know why we didn't work out, so it has no sense to text them. Oh, wait, what? You want to know why we didn't work out? Okay, kids, let me tell you a story. So, first, my first boyfriend, my first love, well, I'm not gonna say love of my life because we're not together and I still think that I will find my love. But, yes, my first love, we've been together for over 4 years, and as well as it was the best relationships, it turned out to be the worst at the end. It took me a year, literally a year, to actually break up with him for good. I don't want to say that all was all bad because I mean we were like 4 years together, right? So it has something to do. We were really in love. We were supportive, and also he was the one who I could tell a lot of stuff. So first 3 years were good, were amazing. Like we were like family. I knew his family. His mom was practically my mom. I know whole family. We always celebrated all things together. But it turned into really toxic one like relationships at the end, and it took me literally a year to actually break up with him for good. Um, to actually explain why we didn't work out will literally take whole video. So I'm not gonna do it right now, but I mean, if you are interested, just leave a comment and I'll make a video about it. Then it was my first boyfriend in America, and I still count him like the best boyfriend and the best person I met. He actually helped me a lot with like self-confidence, self understanding. He helped me with like, it's really hard to get to another country, and was like all differences, mentality and everything. It was really hard. He was not American. If so, he was from, well, he lived in Canada, but he was from Belarus. Because honestly, when I just moved to America, I thought that I will never date Americans because I thought that I will not understand them, because my English wasn't, I thought I knew English, but not really. I had a huge language barrier, and I also thought that when I talk to Americans, like, I would talk, if we would be dating, I would be like, I talk about, I don't know, tomatoes, and you talking about, like, carrots. Like, I don't understand you. So he literally helped me to, like, smooth my adjustment to another country. We talked a lot, we talked every day, we support each other so much, we understand each other so much, and he was the person who I really liked it about him because he would, like, if I wasn't sure if I want to do something or not, he would be like, yeah, you should do it. Like, yeah, for sure, you should go. You should do. He would never keep me, like, stay at home and not do anything, because my previous boyfriend, he would be like, no, don't go anywhere. No, stay home. Don't do anything. And my next boyfriend, he was like, yeah, you should do it. Yeah, for sure. You definitely should do it. He was always convincing and giving me courage to actually do something. I still count him the most amazing guy and the most amazing person, and also the best sex I ever had. He was perfect. Our relationships were amazing, but there was one thing that didn't work out, which was long distance. He lived in Canada, I lived in the USA, and I wasn't really, like, I just moved to USA. Moving to another country was like a lot for me to take back then. So I didn't even, I don't know, I didn't really think about that. Also, we had some misunderstanding, which I learned like 2 years later. So we broke up, and I thought that obviously if we broke up, we will not talk, but we still talk for like 2 years after our breakup. So for these 2 years, we would casually ask each other if we are dating someone, if we met someone, and apparently for like 2 years, none of us have seriously dated anyone. And then 2 years later, he came back to USA, and it was the period when I just moved to LA, and again, I just moved to LA, sincerely, and it was again a new period of my life. I didn't know anyone. It was not that easy, and I didn't really have anything, and I wasn't sure about anything. After 2 years, us talking like distant, whatever. After 2 years of us talking on phone, he came to the USA. He didn't come to me like directly. It was some bachelor here of his friend, so he came and we met, and then this misunderstanding, which I didn't know, came up. So back when we were dating, he offered me to come to Canada, and I did consider it. I started doing my visa process, but then I got scared. I just moved. I was so scared of everything, to be honest, and I thought that what if I come and then my visa things didn't work out and I cannot come back. So because of all this like scared stupid things about visa, I didn't go to Canada. And 2 years later, he explained to me that when he offered me to come to, I was supposed to go to like 2 months there and then come back. That's what I understand, at least. And in his meaning, what he offered was that I should, like, he invited me to go to Canada, and then if I liked it there, he would offer me to stay. And I didn't know, I didn't realize it, I didn't understand that it was not just like temporary thing for like just stay and go. It was like for something to build, probably. And I literally got to know it like 2 years later. I didn't know it back then. I also didn't know a lot of things. So basically, his sister, his cousin, is my best friend. And she also told me that he was planning to buy a house in the USA just so he could stay with me. And again, I freaking didn't know that. He did get married last year, and I'm really happy for him. I really wish him the best. Maybe if it didn't work out, maybe it wasn't supposed to work out, I don't know. But I do wish him the best because he's an amazing person and he deserves literally the best. So, yeah. We didn't work out technically because of long distance. So with first boyfriend, I didn't work out because of toxicity and toxic relationships. With second boyfriend, we didn't work out because of long distance relationships. And then we go to my third AK boyfriend. You'll understand why it's like AK boyfriend. He was my first American boyfriend. So through years, I finally got to the, stage where I can actually start dating American guys. I wish I hadn't. Kidding. No. So, I moved from New York to LA. Whew. I didn't really like LA at first. It wasn't love at the first sight. It was too complicated for me. It was so hard. It's been like I moved to New York from another country. Now I moved to another city where I don't know anyone. was a lot to take. But I decided to go to dating apps because I wanted to. Actually, there was what I did was like Bumble dating, but also Bumble BFFs, and I found friends because I wanted to like have like talk to someone, whatever. So I'm matching with this guy on Bumble. He's super hot. He's super amazing. Well, it looks like that. Just some understandings. In New York, I dated on like I didn't date much, but if I did, it was like Eastern European guys. Obviously, in Ukraine, I dated only Ukrainian guys. So when I come to LA, I opened American culture of dating. It was like I was blind in American dating. For real, I didn't understand anything yet. So in Ukraine and in my understanding of dating before it all got ruined was that I meet a guy, we like each other, we have quality time, we spend quality time together, we sleep together, we go traveling together, I meet his friends, he meets my friends. This means that we are dating. But forget it, it's just my silly stupid things. It doesn't mean that. It just works in my silly world that this calls dating. But by Americans' rules of dating, apparently it's not dating. Let me break it down for you. So I met this American guy through Bumble. He was literally everything I dreamed about or I thought though. Also, the thing is that before I met him, I made a list of qualities I want in my future partner. And I just saying partner because like future husband, okay, boyfriend, but he was apparently nothing from that. So you'll hear about that in a moment. So I had like 69 qualities of my future person I would want it, and they were all reasonable. It was like I want him to support me, I want to like his friends, I want his friends to like my friends, I want him to have great family. There was that I want him to be American. It also had the age. I want him to like age gap. I want to be. It was that he's not drug addicted, not alcohol addicted. He doesn't smoke, and like all this normal 69 qualities, which he almost passed for almost everything. It's so many almost here because apparently it was all messed up. And after we met, after we spent some quality time together, I thought, here he go, my perfect match. No, he wasn't. So imagine, we are in 2 months together, so we like spend time together. I met his friends, we like go somewhere, we eat, we sleep, we like all this stuff, blah blah blah. And then I ask him something about like what are we, and he goes, well, we're not seeing other people. I'm like, what? Okay, what does it even mean? What do you mean we're not seeing other people? Like, did you see other people before? Like, what? Wait, what? This was like, excuse me, what? No, seriously, I didn't understand that. He said he didn't see other people, but the fact the fact we are supposed to say that we are not seeing other people, I cannot even say that. We are supposed to say that we are not seeing other people, so we're not seeing other people. But like, isn't it like we're spending time together? Why do you have energy to go out with someone else, like sincerely? Okay, I went with that. I was like, okay, you're not seeing other people, that's fine. I basically learned some of the steps of American dating, and I kind of accepted it, I guess. I don't really know, but I let it go. Because in Ukraine, I know, we are holding hands together, we are dating, I don't care. So now we're in 4 months together. We got tattoos, not matching, thank God. But we travel together, we spend a lot of time together, and everything seems pretty datingable, I would think. So I was wrong. So in 4 months of these things, I don't even know how to call it anymore, I casually want to confirm, hey, we are dating, right? Because what else are we doing here? I didn't say that exactly, I was more polite, but he said, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not ready for commitment. It's a really important step, and I don't know if I'm ready. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is gonna change? What is dating then? Like, sincerely, I didn't say what the fuck. I didn't say that he is an asshole and everything. I wanted just to cry, which I didn't cry either. So I was just sitting there and not moving in a car. But I learned, apparently, for you to actually date, it doesn't matter how much time you spend together, it doesn't matter who you know, where you go, whatever. If you haven't had a talk that you are exclusive, you are not exclusive, and you are not dating by American rules of dating. So that's why I didn't text my ex-boyfriends why we broke out, because I technically know why I broke up with all of three, well, technically 2.5 of my ex-boyfriends. So I made a mistake by texting my Bumble dates why we didn't work out. And most of them I went on a date like 2 or 3 years ago, because on some point I stopped saving guys' numbers. So whoever I found in my contacts, these are people I texted. And they all made me a problem. But let's get into it. Okay, so guy number 1 who I texted, I have it here. Why didn't we work out? He said, if I recall, I don't think there was much of electricity between us. Also wasn't a huge fan of the expectations of grand chivalry before we go to know each other. I literally said him to open the car door. I didn't even directly said that. I was like, I don't really remember at some point, but I was like, so no opening a car door or something like that. He did open a car door for me, but pretty much that was too much for him. Honestly, no regrets. I'm glad we didn't work out. Okay, so as I said, that some of them I literally met 2 or 3 years ago. One of them said you sure you texted the right Brian? It's been a couple years. Yeah, I can imagine. Another one said, hey, nice to hear from you. Is this question for an internet thing? This guy is actually interesting, because apparently he still follows me on Instagram. I forgot about that. He's from San Diego, and I haven't actually met him. I just remember that we actually never met. We texted when I was in San Diego, but apparently we never seen each other in real life. This is the most... Okay, this guy is the most... This one, we actually, spent time together. With all this dating system in America, I'm not sure if we're dating, but we're, seeing pretty often. I think he said it was because I had to move for work, which is true. But the thing also is that I was the one who stopped talking to him because he was cheap. Yeah, he was hot, but he was cheap. And so this is my side why we didn't work out, is because I stopped talking to him. I didn't want to meet him anymore, because one thing he was always talking about was money, and it was too much. It wasn't like, he was like, oh, you know how much my apartment cost? Or he was like, oh, you know how much this watch cost? And the thing is, so he made him oh, he has so much money. But when he was supposed to order me Uber, he goes oh, do you mind if I order you Uber? Sure. And I was like, dude, if you are talking all the time about how much money you're making, how come you cannot order me normal Uber? He was too much, to be honest. This is my side of the story. And apparently his side of the story is totally different. He said that we didn't work out because also I'm a very sexual person, and I think we did it 1 or 2 times at most. So it just wasn't enough. LOL. I was like, what? I mean, what? This is seriously why you think we didn't work out? Well, okay. Alright. So apparently he thinks that it's not me who stopped talking to him. It's apparently him who stopped talking to me. So, you cannot really... You never know. It just got me thinking. So I have this guy who texts me really... I stopped talking to him 4 months ago. And he still texts me, and he still calls me. And I think, does he think that, what is his story of why we didn't work out? He probably will make me the problem here too. I think he'll probably accuse me that it's because of me we didn't work out. And I did something and he just didn't want this to work. Not that I don't answer his calls anymore. Anyway. Okay, so this was fun. It wasn't at all. No, but, well, this is a dating story I went through with all making mistakes by texting my ex Bumble dates who I went on couple dates or one date or whatever. And also my dating story of people I dated. Okay, now your turn. Let me know, why didn't you work out by your side and your thoughts with your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend? I'm just really curious to know what is your side. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Let me know if you like this video. I hope you did. Well, this wasn't really funny video, it was more honest video. Well, that's what I have. And anyway, I just love you so much. Thank you so much for already making me like over 1,000 followers and making like 1,000 views on my videos. I really appreciate you. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for your love. I love you so much. I appreciate you so much. And just bye. I'll see you soon. Mwah.